What's going on, people? It's King Riches, and I wanted to talk about my job as a YouTuber, right? Now, I am at around 93 to 94,000 subscribers on YouTube. I get hundreds of thousands of views every month. Sometimes I've even gone up to like 2 million views in 1 month. And, in comparison to the majority of people that are on the YouTube platform, I'm doing really, really well. Yeah, but I wanted to let you lot know that YouTube is a difficult job to go into. It's not straightforward. It's gonna take you long unless you're very, very fortunate and lucky. But it's gonna take you very long to get the success that you're looking for, especially when it comes to making money, right? Obviously, when I first started doing YouTube back in 2017, I wasn't making any money at all, right? I was just doing it because I was bored. I didn't really think about money or making it my job or anything like that. I was just making videos and, speaking my mind about various topics. I carried on doing this, getting like low views, etc., etc., and I just decided to keep consistent, right? And then I started collaborating with other people, right? Um, and I've come a long way, come a very long way. I've had a lot of ups and downs, but in terms of money, I didn't see any money for a long time, and it wasn't until like I made a couple videos talking about some celebrities or something that I got my first viral ever video, and that kind of propelled my channel to being monetized and making a lot of money. But then after that, like the money was very mediocre, right? Because the average amount of views I was getting each month wasn't that high. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the reality. The majority of people on YouTube are not really making money from this. They can't really call YouTube their job, right? It's not until you're consistently getting hundreds of thousands of views every month, that's when you get into a place where, okay, I'm making a certain amount of money every month and I can call this my job because I'm dedicated to it, I'm consistent, and I'm just going to keep going regardless of whatever happens. YouTube is a difficult platform to make your job because at the end of the day, you don't really know if your videos are going to do well, right? It's not like when you work a 9 to 5, you know that at the end of the month you're going to get paid X amount, or maybe at the end of the week you're going to get paid X amount, right? Like you could put a lot of effort and time into a video and it just doesn't get taken well by the audience, and then it kind of ends up being a waste of time. And now you're just like, oh man, like this video didn't do well. And a lot of times you go through a roller coaster of emotions, like frustration and confusion, and you don't know why it didn't do well. And you're thinking, well, I would have liked that video, why didn't nobody else? But at the end of the day, what's important is the market. The market will let you know what they want to see, but at the same time you've got bills to pay. I would suggest that most people who start doing YouTube, and they want to make it some kind of like career, I would say that the first thing you should do is make sure you've got a steady income coming in, whereby you have like a 9 to 5 job, or you have some kind of income coming in that is consistent. Yeah, because at the end of the day, as I said earlier, you're not going to be making any money at the beginning, right? And the vast majority of people don't. There's other factors that come into the money of AdSense, because AdSense is what you get paid by YouTube for views. Um, Advertisers, they pick and choose what kind of content they want to put their ads under. And it's, let's say if you are a YouTuber who talks about very sensitive topics, controversial topics, you're not going to get the highest paid advertising. That's just a standard thing. So what happens is your CPM, which is cost per milli, is going to be lower. Now, the cost per milli is how much advertisers are willing to pay per 1,000 views, right? That's how much the advertisers will pay YouTube on your behalf. Then YouTube will take a 30 to 45% cut of that money. And what is left is known as the RPM, revenue per milli, or revenue per thousand views. That is what you get as the content creator. And yeah, so at the end of the day, like, YouTube is going to take his cut, and then you're left with the remainder, right? But at the same time, if you're putting out content that is not advertiser friendly, you're not really going to get ads on your videos. You might get limited ads, or you might not get any ads at all. And that means that video won't be making any money. It won't make any revenue, right? So, like, if you're somebody who's thinking about starting YouTube and trying to really make money out of it, you really need to pick your niche very wisely, right? I would suggest, from what my research and knowing YouTube, I would say making a YouTube channel based on business, money, making money, stuff like that, that will garner or attract the highest paying advertisers. If you could do reviews on cars or stuff like that, then car advertisers will want to put their ads on your stuff. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like, if you're focused on money, then the advertisers who are focused on money, they're going to want to put their ads on your videos. But if you're someone talking about, a load of weird, controversial, like, sensitive topics, then you may not get, you won't get the best advertisers, and you won't make the most money. Simple as that. But yeah, as I was saying, like, you should always hold on to your full-time income as long as possible. Even if you have a month where you do very, very well, you shouldn't get carried away, because it really is an up and down roller coaster in terms of revenue and views and AdSense and all of these things. I've seen it really go up and down and all of that. And sometimes you may be looking at your money and thinking, wow, like I didn't make that much this month. Do you get what I'm saying? So obviously, at this point in my YouTube journey, I make a certain amount every month. I get a certain amount of views every month, but that is because I have so many videos on my channel, right? So you got to understand, it's more of a long game. I've been doing YouTube since 2017. It's now going into 2025. That's a long time. Do you get what I'm saying? So you got to really be in it for the long haul. You got to be consistent. You got to be persistent. You got to be resilient. Another thing I would say is that you may make videos that don't get no views. You might make a video that goes viral, then the next 10 videos don't really get any views. You really can't get stuck on that. You have to stay persistent and keep pushing. Yeah. But yeah, like, in terms of making YouTube your job, it is possible. I mean, we've seen loads of success stories. We've seen, obviously, the like top YouTubers, and they've been making crazy amounts of money. But again, like even me being on 93,000 subscribers is a crazy number on YouTube. Most people on YouTube don't even get like 2,000 subscribers. Most people, they're just gonna get mediocre success. Do you get what I'm saying? And I would say this: it's not necessarily determined by how, like, quality your videos are. There's some people that make videos that are literally on their phone, in their car, and they do really, really well. I think it's about knowing your audience, knowing the market, knowing yourself as well, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and doing the best you can. Do you get what I'm saying? Another piece of advice I would say is that, for me personally, and what I've seen, They tried to put out this stuff about shorts, YouTube shorts, and I did that for a while. I even had somebody that was doing that for me. I actually employed a couple guys to do YouTube shorts for my content, and like I just felt like YouTube Shorts wasn't really helping me revenue wise. Like the revenue that you get from YouTube Shorts is so small that it's just not even worth it, in my opinion. So I would suggest to any of you who are like creating content that you focus on long form content, focus on content that advertisers are going to be happy to advertise on. Yeah. As I said, you want to be focusing on business, money, etc., etc. Um, but yeah, like I mean, for my own life, my own journey doing this YouTube thing, I feel like I'm all right. Like I can't complain. Like I pay my bills. I live the life I want to live. Obviously I wouldn't say that I'm like a millionaire I'm not a millionaire or anything, but I'm okay. But at the same time, I can do a lot better. For this 2025 and onwards, like I'm gonna be pushing. I'm gonna be really leveraging the channel as best as possible. Um, Another thing I would say about making YouTube your job, like another aspect you would have to think about is how can I create other forms of income from my YouTube channel. So in my own personal case, as a personal trainer, qualified personal trainer, I was able to attract clients that way as well. Yeah, so like obviously in my videos, my live streams, I will talk about being a personal trainer, offering services, having my links there, and then people who are interested would get in contact with me, and I would become their PT, and they would pay me for that service. Also, I'm on my third clothing line now, and that's a video I'm gonna make soon as well. Leveraging Shopify and print on demand services. You can sell your own merchandise. It may not even be a clothing line. It may be some kind of product. It might be an ebook. It might be a course. It could be anything, right? Um, so it's good to try and leverage in those ways where you can create passive income. Uh, and yeah, like it's very lucrative. Um, Another aspect that I think you lot can think about in terms of being a YouTuber is that affiliate marketing as well. Like you can market products, especially if you are an expert in a certain type of field. So let's give you example. If you are a guy who is very into tech and you are reviewing, I don't know, cameras or stuff like that, or studio equipment, right? You could put affiliate links underneath your videos, like to Amazon, where the viewers can buy the specific products you're talking about. Yeah, that is a very lucrative avenue to go down as well, where you can make a lot of money. And in conjunction with that, I think it's very advantageous if you are an expert in a specific field and you make content about that field, right? So for instance, like many times on my channel, I've talked about health and fitness and getting in shape, etc., because that's a field that I'm well versed in. I've lived that life, so I know how it takes to lose weight, to gain muscle, to become more athletic, etc. Maybe you are somebody that's into who is a financial professional, and you may be able to make content that would be giving out financial advice. There's countless examples on YouTube of people who are giving a lot of value through advice. So yeah, I think that there's a lot of avenues and a lot of aspects to think about in terms of making YouTube your job. I just think that you need to be very realistic, very logical in your approach to this. Um, it's not for everybody. I'll say that now. It's not for everybody. Um, Also, another thing that you could think about as well, if you're making YouTube videos, you don't always have to show your face as well. There's a lot of channels that are faceless channels that are very, very successful, and that's I think that's very lucrative as well, especially with the addition of AI and how AI is making so many adjustments to the way we live and the way we do things. You could potentially make a lot of money using AI as well. So that's something to think about. Also, a lot of the work that needs to be done, if you have money to spend, you could employ people from Fiverr who can basically do the work for you as well. So you literally just own the channel and outsource all of the work to other people, and then you post it, and then, you know, hopefully you'll get the views and you'll make the money, the AdSense and all of them kind of things. All right. So yeah, man, I think that YouTube potentially can be a really good career choice if you have the time and resources and the value to deliver. It could be quite lucrative, but I will say it's a long game. It's not something that's just an overnight thing. Um, People have been doing YouTube for years and still, you know, not really getting much success. So as I said it initially before, I think it'll be in your best interest to hold on to your full-time income, your consistent income, and, you know, at the beginning, kind of see YouTube as a side hustle, a hobby. And then if you do get to the point where it is maybe making more money than what you was doing before, then you can call it your job. Then you can put more eggs into that basket. All right. So anyway, man, I hope you got some value from this video. I really enjoyed doing these videos talking about real life things, you know. And yeah, I just want everybody to do well. I'm here. I'm always going to give you the real truth about all these aspects, all these avenues. And yeah, I'll always try to steer you in a positive direction. Anyway, with that being said, it's King Riches. Please, please, please make sure you like this video. Don't forget to do that. Yeah, it's very important you do that. And yeah, man, good luck to all of you. And that's it. Take care.